Welcome back to Pure Mind Think, where we dig into the big questions shaping our world, past, present, and future. I'm Pure Mind, and today we're diving into something massive: Prophecy 2025, USA and world. What's coming next year? Are we on the brink of peace, chaos, or something straight out of the Bible? From the Middle East to the White House, we're unpacking it all. Plus, a jaw-dropping vision that might just change how you see 2025. Hit that subscribe button, grab a coffee, or a Cinnabon if you're feeling fancy, and let's get started.
Okay, let's set the scene. It's March 24th, 2025. Yep, we're projecting ahead a bit, and the world feels like it's holding its breath. Over the past year, we've seen seismic shifts. Trump's back in the White House, Israel's brokering fragile ceasefires, and whispers of ancient prophecies are buzzing louder than ever. But here's the kicker. What if I told you a vision from a mysterious source predicted all of this? Picture this. An old monk, meditating under a gnarled tree in some remote corner of the world, claims he saw fire raining from the sky, nations trembling, and a figure rising to unite the chaos. Sounds wild, right? Stick with me. We'll circle back to that vision later.
Now let's ground this in reality. The Bible's been the go-to playbook for prophecy hunters for centuries, and 2025's shaping up to feel eerily familiar. Ezekiel 38 talks about the Gog-Magog invasion, a coalition of nations storming Israel in the last days. The catch? The text says Israel will be dwelling safely when it happens. Flash to today. After years of rockets and terror, Gaza's ceasefire is holding. Barely, and Trump's team is pitching a radical rebuild plan. Could this be the calm before the storm? I'm not saying it's the moment, but it's worth watching.
Here's where it gets juicy. Trump dropped a bombshell late last year, saying the U.S. will take over Gaza, level it, clear the rubble, and turn it into an economic powerhouse. Think Dubai on the Mediterranean, complete with palm trees and skyscrapers. Crazy? Maybe. But it's not just talk. Plans were in motion months before the election, with private companies eyeing a build, operate, transfer deal. Imagine, 50 years from now, Gaza's a gleaming hub, and the US hands it off to who? Israel? A new government? This isn't just geopolitics. It's a chess move that could rewrite the Middle East.
Now, let's zoom in on the USA. Trump's back, and he's not wasting time. He's launched a commission on religious liberty, targeting anti-Christian bias in the government. Think IRS audits on churches or DOJ overreach. He's even reopened a White House faith office led by Paula White, his longtime spiritual advisor. Christians are cheering, but here's where I pump the brakes. Is this a win for faith or a Trojan horse? Let's unpack it.
On one hand, it's hard to argue with results. Anti-Christian vandalism's been a growing problem. Churches torched, crosses smashed, and Trump's promising to crack down. Fair use alert. We're pulling from public news clips here to analyze, not endorse. But then there's Paula White. She's a big name in prosperity gospel circles. Think, name it, claim it, vibes. In a recent sermon, she said, "Wherever I go, God rules. The White House is holy ground because I'm there." Yikes, that's not humility. That's a power trip. Jesus warned in Matthew chapter 24 about deceivers coming in his name, and folks, we need to stay sharp.
Here's my take. America's flexing muscle in 2025, Middle East peacekeeper, Christian defender. But power attracts wolves. If Trump's leaning on voices like White, are we celebrating a revival or a mirage? And what happens when he's out in 4 years? A new administration could flip this script overnight. Zechariah 12 calls Jerusalem a burdensome stone for all nations. If America gets too cozy in Gaza, are we signing up for that burden and the fallout?
Let's pivot back to that monk's vision I teased earlier. This isn't from the Bible. It's a creative hook inspired by prophecy vibes. So bear with me. He saw 2025 as a tipping point. Skies ablaze with streaks of fire. Maybe missiles, maybe something cosmic. Nations shaking, think earthquakes or economic collapse. A red serpent slithering through the ruins, only to be crushed by a figure with 2 wings. one white, one black. Heavy stuff, right? I'm not saying it's literal, but it vibes with Revelation's wild imagery. Wars, deception, and a glimmer of redemption.
Apply that to 2025. Gaza's rebuild could spark envy. Ezekiel 38 says invaders come for Israel's cattle and goods, a booming economy. Turkey's eyeing Syria with air bases, Lebanon's a powder keg with Hezbollah, and Iran's licking its wounds, but not out. Then there's the USA, playing global cop. If that monk's vision holds a shred of truth, 2025 could be a collision of peace and chaos, nations racing to control the board before it all blows up.
Okay, time to get real. Whether it's Trump's plans, Gaza's glow-up, or that monk's wild dream, one thing's clear. Deception's the name of the game in 2025. Jesus said it first in Matthew chapter 24. Take heed that no man deceive you. False prophets, fake messiahs, they're not just out there. They're in our feeds, our churches, our headlines. And Christians, we're not immune.
Take Paula White again. Her victory chants and holy ground claims, that's not the gospel. It's a show. 2 Peter 2 warns of false teachers exploiting us with greed and prosperity. Preachers fit the bill. But it's not just her. Look at the Arab world. Steve, a former IDF soldier I've chatted with, once said their peace treaties are a sham. Ever hear of Hudna? It's an Islamic tactic. Fake peace for 10 years, then strike. Egypt, Jordan, they've held treaties with Israel, but the streets still burn with hate. Deception's everywhere.
So, what's our move in 2025? Discernment. Titus chapter 2 says live soberly, righteously, looking for Christ's return, not Trump's next rally. Don't get me wrong, I'm stoked about religious liberty wins. But if we're rah-rahing a Christian America, that's just power dressed up as faith, we're missing the plot. The monk's vision ends with hope, but only after the fire. Maybe 2025's our wake-up call.
All right, pure mind think fam, we've covered a lot. Gaza's makeover, America's gamble, a monk's trippy prophecy, and the deception lurking in it all. 2025 could be a game changer or a head fake. Here's your challenge. Don't just watch the news, watch the signs. Read your Bible, pray for clarity, and drop your thoughts below. Is Trump a peacemaker or a pawn? Is Gaza the spark for Gog-Magog? And that vision, crazy or prophetic?
If this hit you, smash that like button, share it with your crew, and subscribe. We're just getting started. Next time, we're tackling AI and prophecy. Think Revelation's image of the beast meets ChatGPT. You won't want to miss it. Until then, keep your mind pure and your eyes open. See y'all.